horrible thing. You'd be surprised when stuff come out of their mouth. And I just go in my purse and get the words true parents and start reading. And it judges them. The truth will judge them as it sets them free. Because they have no business opposing us. Without us, what would they do? Without true parents, what would we do? Think about it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Nita. Anybody else on the teleconference wants to share about our reading today? The relationship, or let me see, the formula for us of the restoration of the family and the formation of the family through 3 spiritual children. So formation of the family through 3 spiritual children. So we learned today that, of course, 8 members of the fallen Adam's family came to stand in the position of Satan's children. So thus, for fallen persons to be restored, they cannot enter immediately the position of God's child, of direct descent. This is on page 532. But must go through the domain of adopted child. From the domain of adopted child, the person has to become one with his or her parent and grow up for 7 years from the standard of the perfection level of the growth stage. You have not yet gone up to the standard of perfection, so it is the teaching of the principle that in order to enter God's direct dominion, you must go over the standard of perfection. So you're not like that now. Overall, you are about at the standard of the perfection level of the growth stage. So we need to break the ceiling, to go beyond that stage. But we, centering on that, have to go up with the standard of perfection as our goal, and that is the 7 years for the formation of the family. So even Father mentions here that he cannot give the blessing for those who don't have 3 spiritual children. He said, I cannot give you the blessing, you cannot receive the blessing. But there are some people, he said, who did not set this kind of condition and are leading their lives after receiving the blessing. So these people also have to quickly establish 3 spiritual children. So Father, in one of his teaching, his books, before 40, you should have 12 children already. It will encompass already the 8 archangel, 3 from your wife and 3 by yourself, so you'll be 8 families already. And if you cannot make those children, we really need to strive very hard to witness to more than, for ourselves, at least 3 spiritual children, and our spouse another 3. So 8 members of the family should be, offered to God, So every week, as I mentioned yesterday, we're on a dilemma here, how to report to HQ. How many have fulfilled 12? How many have fulfilled 40? And of course, the 430 couples, that is our goal right now. So for my couple, of course, since 1997, we had this mobilization. My wife and I had 160, couples. So we have to strive harder because the goal now is 430. So lately, when I went back to my country, as I mentioned yesterday, I gave to 50 people holy wine with the central leaders there in my hometown, giving the blessing and giving the holy wine. I introduced them, and then they gave each one of my family from my parents' side from my mother's side, father's side, who were there, they drank the holy wine. And this is the day before the funeral. So there is a little bit easy compared here, where we need to really get the names and then give this holy wine to these people and invite them here on the holy blessing. So every week, HQ is asking how many have fulfilled at least 3, 12, 40, and then the 430. So it remains blank for the 430 right now. So if you have fulfilled, we need to report it. And then if you have 40 couples under you, we need to fulfill it also. And then we need to report how many. And if you do fulfill it, you have 40 under you or 12. Yeah, please see me because I need to report those things every week now. That's part of the attendance, and then, in fact, the tithes also after 2 days after Sunday service, we need to report it to HQ every week now. So they are being, our pastors and all the data managers or people who are assisting the pastors, assistant pastors, they are obliged to report after Sunday service. All attendance. Yeah, but we still report to HQ every week after 2 days. So that's why we take care of ourselves, but we need to report it to HQ. So it's not only to Maryland. They need Maryland also is the district is being pounded by the national headquarters, and then the national headquarters are being also reminded every day by the international headquarters. So it's going down, down the line. So even our
interest is how many people that
yes, yeah. So if you made 430, you just sound off. We can add you to this, to this, the number of people who have fulfilled. So this is getting, because it's harvest time now. It's easy to give the blessing, of course, and then of course we need to always push, always every other week or every month, to have these small blessings. Like the other 2 weeks ago, we had about 12 people here. Then before that, about 2 or 3. But it adds up until the end of the year.
Well, it was 5 and then it was 12.
Okay.
12 was the same time as Supreme Court did the ruling. And then the next one was 5, I believe.
Yeah, so that's the result of our church. But individually, we need to do something also. And now it's not crunch time, but we need to really just fulfill all these things, because even Jesus himself, as we read today, he cannot go even to the kingdom of heaven without the spiritual children and a spouse and have a 4-position foundation. So at the time in 1998, I think he was matched to the Korean sister, yeah, Mi Jun Hee or something, and all these spiritual uh, uh, from the good side and the bad side. Even Hitler was even matched to a earthly, being or a sister. So yeah, so Father is opening up the spiritual world from hell to so that they can march all the way to heaven. So even those people that we see, we can always see them that they're God's temple, so that we can really just connect with them, with their ancestors, so that they can attend the blessing. So for them, even though we are unificationists, we don't need to look down on them, but we need to strive harder to find a way for them to, because they're so busy. People are passing by here. We try to stop them, and attend our seminars. We need to find a way to even go to them per establishment, even here in this street, Columbia Road and the other roads, or the other also churches. We need to go to each one of them and then give them the blessing, or give them a pre-blessing. We get their names, and then we can invite them for our blessing every week, and eventually to the national blessing, or even the regional blessing. So that's all I can share right now. Anybody else wants to share about our reading today? So tomorrow we'll be reading the relationship between spiritual children and the physical children. So if there's nothing else, let's all rise and have unison prayer. Our most beloved Heavenly Parents, we pray for the success of our witnessing efforts as we carve out for you the heaven here on earth, the children's book. We pray, our Heavenly Parents, that you give us courage, all our brothers and sisters here in Washington, D.C., that we can fulfill all these 430 couples. And for those who have these one or two spiritual children, they can make 3 spiritual children, and they can fulfill also the 4-position foundation. As we read on about this relationship between physical children and spiritual children, we pray, Father, that we can always guide people who are coming to the church, and we pray that we can really do all our efforts to let them learn about true parents, you, the true parents, the divine principle, and all the books, the peace messages, and the 8 textbooks that you left us, that we need to know by heart. And we pray, our Heavenly Parents, that we can really do our best to do our duties to you as our true parents and our God, and the countries that we represent, and even the race and all the religions that we represent. We pray that we can always offer this in our lifetime. We pray that you give us more time, as you give us even today, to really be your shining light and your voice box to declare the heaven here on earth and the reign of our true parents. And we pray all of this in all our names and in my name, as an act of Francis C. Catalan, blessed simplified. Aju, aju, aju. Uri sonen tong il, numero sonen tong il, imam sambacho sotong il. Good morning to you, our beloved true parents of heaven and earth and humankind. Good morning to the true children, the true grandchildren here in the spiritual world, and all our brothers and sisters. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Have a great and wonderful day. Manse manse. Be safe. Thank you.